This story begins in the Pride Lands, where Simba now has a daughter named Kiara. Simba is happily playing with her when he senses through a scent that Nala might be in trouble. He takes Kiara to her cave and tells her that he will go rescue Nala and return by evening. Kiara, being small, feels scared, but Simba reassures her by saying that Timon and Pumbaa are there to take care of her. With that, he heads off. As evening approaches, dark clouds fill the sky, and it starts to rain. Kiara, seeing rain for the first time, gets scared. Since lions usually fear water, she's no exception, and without her mom and dad, she feels even more frightened. Just then, Rafiki enters the cave. Kiara is very happy to see him because she loves her Rafiki uncle. She tells him she's afraid of the rain, and Rafiki responds that the lion's ancestors too were once afraid of water, but they overcame that fear, and that's how they became brave lions. Kiara says that she could never be as brave as her father, Simba, or her grandfather, Mufasa. Hearing this, Rafiki decides to tell her a story about a young lion who was once just like her. This is the story of Mufasa. Mufasa was born in a dry, barren land with his father, Ahadi, and mother, Uru, where no rain had fallen for years. His parents would tell him stories about a place full of lush greenery and constant water, a paradise for animals called Meli. They told him that this place lay toward the sun and was his true destination. One day, while playing with his parents, Mufasa felt a drop of water fall from the sky, followed by thick clouds. The animals celebrated, and Mufasa, along with his parents, enjoyed the rain. But soon, the rain became torrential, and the dry riverbed began to flood. Ahadi jumped into the water to save Mufasa, but the strong current swept him away, and Mufasa was carried far into another lion kingdom. When Mufasa regained consciousness, he found himself floating on a piece of wood. A lion cub of his age appeared. His name was Taka. He warned Mufasa to get out of the water because there were crocodiles. Mufasa swam with all his strength, but two baby crocodiles started chasing him. Just as Mufasa reached the shore, the crocodiles caught up, but Taka grabbed him by the paw and pulled him to safety. Taka had saved Mufasa's life. Soon, Taka's mother, Aisha, arrived, scolding Taka for coming so far from home alone. She reminded him that he was of royal blood and his life was valuable. Taka, however, explained that he had saved a lion's life. Aisha, realizing the situation, softened and took Mufasa to meet her husband, Obasi, the ruler of the kingdom. Upon seeing Mufasa, Obasi was angry that Aisha had brought a stray lion into their kingdom. But Aisha argued that Mufasa needed a home and that they should take him in. Obasi, after some thought, agreed, but on one condition: Taka and Mufasa would race, and if Mufasa won, he could stay in their kingdom. Taka and Mufasa raced each other. Since Mufasa was already tired, he fell behind, but Taka, who had grown fond of Mufasa, let him win. Taka had always wanted a brother, and Mufasa reminded him of that. When the race ended, Obasi was slightly disappointed that, despite being of royal blood, Taka lost to Mufasa. However, he reluctantly agreed to let Mufasa stay in the kingdom. He instructed that Mufasa would stay in the female lion's den, meaning he could not reside in the main den with the males. Over time, the friendship between Taka and Mufasa deepened, and Mufasa's bond with Aisha, Taka's mother, also grew stronger. Aisha began to favor Mufasa, as he spent much time with her, learning hunting techniques. Meanwhile, Obasi, the lazy lion king, spent most of his time sleeping. Taka and Mufasa grew up playing together, and Mufasa proved to be different from other lions. His senses were exceptionally sharp. He could detect the scent of deer from a great distance and even predict the direction of the wind accurately. One day, while Aisha took Mufasa hunting, they encountered a group of intruding lions, pale white in color. Aisha told Mufasa to crouch down and hide in the bushes. Taka, watching from a distance, also hid. However, the white lions spotted Mufasa and Aisha and attacked them. Mufasa bravely fought back, but Taka, though wanting to help, lacked the courage to leave the bushes. Seeing Mufasa's bravery inspired Taka, and he finally rushed out to help. In the process, He managed to kill one of the white lions, causing the others to flee in fear. Aisha was slightly injured but otherwise safe. The three returned to Obasi, where night had already fallen. Obasi, seeing Aisha's injury, asked what had happened. Aisha explained that they were attacked by the white lions and, if not for Mufasa, she would have died. Obasi thanked Mufasa, but Mufasa warned him that the white lions would likely return the next morning for revenge. Obasi, skeptical, asked how Mufasa could be so sure. Mufasa suggested sending a scout to find out. Obasi immediately sent Chika, a messenger, to the white lion's lair. Chika overheard the white lion's leader, King Kiros, vowing revenge on Mufasa for killing his son. Upon hearing this, Chika returned to Obasi, confirming that Mufasa was right. The white lions would return by morning to kill both Mufasa and Taka. Obasi and Aisha, deeply concerned, decided to send Mufasa and Taka away to Meli, the safe haven. Though hesitant at first, both lions ultimately agreed, knowing it was the only way to save their lives. As morning arrived, Kiros and his army reached Obasi's kingdom. Ignoring Obasi's plea for peace, Kiros and his army began attacking. Meanwhile, Mufasa and Taka, following the sunlight, made their way toward Meli. Along the way, they often wondered what Kiros might have done to their families. Suddenly, they noticed all the birds flying away and a deep silence falling over the jungle. Mufasa realized that Kiros and his army had followed them. The two lions attempted to escape but came across a waterfall with a steep drop. Taka urged Mufasa to jump, but Mufasa hesitated, fearing the height. With no other choice, they leapt into the water below and barely escaped. They continued their journey, but Kiros, standing above the waterfall, swore he wouldn't let them go. Night fell, and the lions realized they were being followed. Mufasa discovered it was a lioness named Sarabi, a lost princess accompanied by her bodyguard, Zazu. The group grew stronger with their addition. As they traveled, they met Rafiki, an exiled monkey with spiritual powers. Rafiki joined them, guiding them toward Meli. Along the way, Taka confessed to Mufasa that he loved Sarabi and asked for advice on expressing his feelings. Encouraged by Mufasa, Taka approached Sarabi, but soon their journey was interrupted as Kiros and his army caught up. Rafiki devised a clever plan to use a stampeding herd of elephants to distract Kiros. Though they escaped, Sarabi was injured during the chaos. Mufasa saved her, and when she awoke, Mufasa credited Taka for her rescue, hoping to strengthen their bond. Finally, they reached Meli, a paradise for animals. However, the peace didn't last, as Kiros and his army found them, thanks to Taka secretly betraying Mufasa. In the ensuing battle, Mufasa and Taka fought Kiros. Just as Kiros was about to strike Mufasa, Taka redeemed himself, stepping in and taking the blow. The two brothers worked together to defeat Kiros, drowning him in the river. Though victorious, the betrayal left a scar, both physical and emotional. Taka, now known as Scar, chose his name to remind himself and others of his actions. Mufasa became the new king of Meli, vowing to honor his kingdom and its rules. As Rafiki finished the story, morning arrived, and Kiara felt a newfound courage. She vowed not to fear the water anymore. Just then, Simba and Nala returned with a surprise, Kiara's newborn brother. Kiara was overjoyed to meet him, knowing that bravery and love would guide their family forward.